Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Chase on two wheels here, and look at the bike, it matches the logo. We're here at Mountain Motorsports in Roswell, guys, because we have a used first ride to do, and who the hell is gonna say no to doing a first ride on a freaking yellow Panigale? So from guys, the understanding that I have, this is a 2018 Ducati Panigale V4S. From what I understand, the guys over at Future's Moto, they had this motorcycle. This used to be theirs, and they are a company that supposedly makes these guys, the blinkers, this little carbon bit, and the fender eliminator. Check it out. Supposedly these guys used to own this motorcycle, and they used it as their like company motorcycle, and Mountain just happened to get it. So today we are doing a first ride on this glorious thing, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, the only reason I'm doing this is because it's a yellow Panigale. I've ridden the V4S multiple times. I love this motorcycle. I'm just using this as an opportunity to get to ride a cool looking bike. So I'm sorry if this isn't your typical first ride. All right, guys, it's hot as hell. I'm trying not to burn alive, so let's get this going because, of course, it's the hottest day in the year and we're on a Panigale. Go figure. Let's go. Professionals. Guys, before I get the sweet satisfaction of air flying through my body, I'm gonna make you guys go through the trouble of listening to a Wreck Bike Rebuild ad real quick, because if it wasn't for the people over at Wreck Bike Rebuild, we wouldn't get to film so many cool, awesome videos for you guys. So if you guys will sit through that real quick, I would appreciate it. Let's talk about it.
So guys, this first start is brought to you by the Wreck Bike Rebuild Garage Patreon page. If you guys don't know, we run a show called Wreck Bike Rebuild Garage where we take wrecked motorcycles, we take them into the shop, we rebuild them, and we turn them into the dream motorcycles you guys are looking at right here. If you guys want to sign up, you can do so for as little as $5, and part of that Patreon page is you get week ahead content, you get other posts that we do only to that Patreon page, and you get to help us decide what stuff we do to each of the dream bikes to build them. That top link down below will take you over to the page. Hope to see you guys there.
All right, guys, Wreck Bike Rebuild sponsorship over. Anybody that clicks over there, I love you so much. Thank you, very long time. Okay, guys, we talked about a couple of the little bits of the motorcycle. I think we covered everything. Also, look at these wheels. You guys drop a like in the comments if you at least can appreciate that the wheels, the exhaust, the rear sets, the frame piece, and up here, and I love that everything matches. And the silver here, bruh, get out of here. Let's get on this motorcycle and let's get cool. Or get hot, you know. It is Panigale. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am 5'10". I have a 32-inch inseam. You have slightly bent legs and only 1 foot on the ground. You better stay away, Josh. You stay away. No, you don't kill switch me today. It's too hot. We have to get out of here.
Did you turn the brakes on?
I did.
Okay, good.
That's one of these switches.
Ram air system. You gotta make sure you hit the switch.
Get your hands away. I know what you want to do. We're out of here. Ah, it's the guys. Ah! All right. Woo! It is not cold today. ladies and gentlemen, before we get going, I would like to humbly invite all of you guys to go check out our Discord page. It's a place where you can connect with other motorcyclists and talk about random motorcycle shit. It costs no money and you can make friends. Go make friends at our Discord link in the comments down below. And let me know that you came from this video. And while you do that, I'm going to take this thing off. Woohoo! I needed air, dude. I'm not going to lie. Oh my goodness. Oh, my visor's up, so you guys probably can't hear me. Alrighty, guys. 2018 Ducati Panigale V4S. Not in neutral, in first. That's what I'm talking about. And just to confirm, this is the model with up and down quick shifter. Let's find out. Up, yes sir. Down. Oh, I love it. I gotta be honest, guys, I'm pretty sure the Panigale V4S might have one of the best quick shifters of any motorcycle out. I absolutely love this thing. But before we get to the quick shifter, we must talk about my body position. It is different from that individual. What's going on, cruiser guy? My body position, as you guys can see from our lovely camera car footage, we are in race position, boys and girls. My legs are tucked up and underneath my butt. My top half is bent over. My arms are draped down onto the clip-ons. We are in full race position. This position is a little complicated in traffic. You're not in a super maneuverable position as far as controlling the motorcycle, but I have to say, for a leader bike, for a very big boy, we have a very maneuverable bike, guys. It takes no energy at all to throw this bike back and forth in the lane, and it's honestly shocking how easy this bike goes back and forth. So, guys, one of the things I have given so many props to the Panigale for is its ease of use riding. I am shocked, 100% all caps lock shocked, at how well Ducati has done making a rideable psychopath of a motorcycle. I do not own a Panigale. I rebuilt one in one of our Wreck Bike rebuild seasons, but that is the extent of the knowledge I have about a Panigale. But I step on this thing the second I sit on it, and suddenly I feel super comfortable. I feel like I am in full control of this motorcycle, and I got to give props to Ducati for figuring out a way to make their bikes this rideable. I absolutely love it. I love feeling this comfortable on this powerful of a motorcycle. But yeah, guys, I got to give props to Ducati. I don't know what they have done. I'm sorry, dude. We're skipping all this traffic. We're not dealing with any of this. They have made such an incredible motorcycle and somehow made it rideable. I don't really know what they did. The throttle or the something has been changed to make this bike easy to ride. Like, obviously I don't think it's a beginner bike. If you don't have a lot of experience, you definitely don't need this motorcycle. But if you have some experience, or you can easily step up to something like this. And I think doing whatever they did, props, man. Can't give Ducati any more props. It's also such a gorgeous machine. This is told you guys when I recently rode an R7. By the way, we're in street mode. We are not in the fast mode. We are in the slow mode, actually. I recently rode an R7, and did the whole first try thing on that. And I told you guys, the R7 is one of my top, best looking bikes in my opinion. And in that top 3 slot, the Panigale is definitely there. So guys, the V4S here does have the electronic suspension. As you guys can see down there, we've got cables coming out of the suspension. That means it's electronically adjustable. And when you change the modes, the suspension changes. So we currently have it in street mode. Obviously, we're riding on the street. We're not trying to be crazy people. Should we go over? Yeah, if I go, let's go over. And let's cut all the way across. And let's take a right. Is this van gonna go? Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Who knows? Stay in your lane. Thank you. Another thing we got to talk about, guys, is the engine braking. My googly goodness. As a note, I personally, just the way I like to ride, I love using an engine. If I can help it, I don't use brakes unless I'm coming to a stop. The Panigale V4S has very strong engine braking. So if that's not something you like, don't get this. But can we change engine braking? Some of the Panigales you can. I'm not sure. We got ABS, engine braking, cool. So you have adjustable engine braking, and that's another one of the really cool parts about this motorcycle. Another one of the things that I really love about these Panigales, man, is the electronics package. Not only can you do a ton of stuff, not only can you adjust the engine braking, the ABS, the traction control, the power, the quick shift, you can literally turn everything on and off and adjust it. But being able to do all that's one thing, and being able to actually figure out how to do it is another. The Ducati boys have done a phenomenal job with giving you a lot of options and then making it very user-friendly to figure out how to use those options. Having a motorcycle that can do a lot of stuff doesn't really matter if you don't know how to do all the stuff. Oh, we're all going over. Cool. Definitely love the controls on a motorcycle as far as electronics go. And I love the screen. We got TFT full color dash. Looks great. Shows you all the information you need in an easy to view way. Very cool dash. The Panigale is probably my favorite dash. Let's go ahead and put that out there. I think it's the best dash currently being done. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. One of the things I don't love about the Panigale, because we've been talking a lot of good about it, is the heat. This thing is hot, ladies and gentlemen. We are on a very humid, very hot day here in Georgia. I've got a black jacket on, and I clearly have a death wish. But, and I'm on a Panigale. So I made these decisions for myself for some reason. Since we're stuck behind the stupid van, let's change it into a different mode. Let's not do anything crazy. Let's just go sport. Yeah, sport will do. Close throttle, throttle closed, boom. Jesus. You can feel that hit right from the get-go, just barely any throttle. This is the cool thing about modes, and it's also the scary thing about modes, guys. They work. Be very careful on your motorcycles. If you're on a bigger bike like this, when you put it into a faster mode, you go faster. You go much faster. Approximately that much faster. Woo! Air feels great. I love air. I don't think I'm surprising anybody by saying here on the highway, you are a master of your own domain on a Panigale V4S. You have more power than you'll ever use as a human. You've got aerodynamics, you've got a light package. This thing will get you a ticket very quickly, especially when it's yellow. Oh look, a yellow Jeep, we can be yellow buddies. But yeah guys, this thing will dominate the highway. It will get you in trouble so fast. In my experience, the Ducati Panigale, it is one of those motorcycles that you feel like you're going fast, but you don't realize how fast you're going. And does anybody notice that this Ford's just chilling at 95? Oh my God, this thing will tickle you in all the right places on the highway, guys. Body position feels great. The wind's holding my chest up. I feel great right now. You are locked in on the highway. I mean, we're in 6th gear. You would think we don't have a lot left. And I'm going to hold on because it'll still go start pulling. Oh my good God. All right, we're going to stop. I literally was about to hit the power band at 125 in 6th gear. Just like, who the hell, man? That up and down quick shifter is phenomenal. And we need to get over in that right lane so we can get off this highway. My God, you have so much power at over 100. What is happening? Can we get in front of this semi? Yep. Third gear to 100. 93 in second. First gear in 78. Oh my God. And then we get the smile. Then we're leaned over, we're going first, we got 60. We're halfway in the revs, baby. We got plenty of space. Suspension is locked. I'm not going anywhere. And I want to remind you guys, we are not in race mode. We are in the middle mode, ladies and gentlemen. That is what I am talking about You have so much power. But before I keep going, I need a breather real quick after that. Let's talk with the guys in the camera car, see what they think about this banana colored Panigale, and we'll come back, and hopefully by then I'll have a break and I can talk understandably.
I love this bike. I think Chase does secretly too, because I think this is the third time he's ridden it. I like what the company's done with the, not necessarily the yellow fairings, although it does make it stand out. I love the carbon fiber bits all over it. Adds a touch of style. Goes well with this Rock Atlas 3 helmet Chase has on, so big win in my book.
I am a super huge fan of anybody that takes a Ducati and changes one of the 3 root colors of it. It just makes it look that much more special. The yellow with the silver that they did on the wheels and the frame looks fantastic. All the little carbon bits and pieces are done very tastefully. Super nice bike.
Alrighty, thank you guys on the camera car, and more importantly, thank you Cardo. If you guys want to pick up a Cardo unit, we will have a link down below with a discount for you guys. So thank you Cardo for making the best Bluetooth systems in the market. And thank you camera car guys for helping us get beautiful footage. Alright guys, and now that I've had time to compose myself, I do want to make a note. Please do not ride like I just rode. There's no excuse for that. I got a little excited. My apologies. Secondly, something I want to just talk about, since that just happened, is something that comes with the market of riding a motorcycle that is very easy to ride. I think this is very important with motorcycles, because when you have a bike that's a little harder to ride, you end up not being able to ride as good because you're having to work up to that motorcycle. But that's the beauty of the Panigale. You get on this thing, the V4S specifically. I don't think the same for the V4R, and I don't think the same for the V4. I think it's the V4S specifically. You have such an easy to ride platform that you don't have to think about what you're doing. You turn the throttle, this thing revs to 14,500 RPMs. You saw it on the highway. This thing revs to infinity and beyond, but you can just pull the throttle and go. You don't have to worry because you have all these electronic aids. Now I know there's a conversation about, especially with more experienced motorcycles, of electronic rider aids are making motorcyclists worse at riding. And I mean, technically, yeah, you're relying on electronics to save you in certain situations. I do agree with that to a degree. Please let me get this green light. It is too freaking hot to run into the side of a Lincoln. But guys, with all of these rider aids, it allows you to just be whoever you want to be on this bike. If you want to ride it hard, you ride it hard. And the rider aids are going to get you. I mean, cornering traction control, cornering ABS. I love these things so much, and it's probably because I'm a terrible rider. All of that gives you this level of confidence that, here on the street, no, you should not be riding like that, but you take this thing to a track. Oh, baby, you take this thing to a track. Let's be real, guys. This motorcycle is essentially an automatic motorcycle. The only times you deal with the clutch is starting and stopping the motorcycle, because everything else is upshift, downshift with the blipper. Like, oh, I need to go up. Okay. Oh, I'm slowing down. Oh, I'm out of my turn. I'm getting the straightaway. Boom, boom. It's essentially automatic. So all you guys that give shit to people because they get a DCT motorcycle like a Africa Twin or something like that, if you're riding a Panigale V4S, then bro, I hate to tell you, but you basically have the same thing. The only difference is when you start this motorcycle, you have to use the clutch a little bit. Alright, let's get going. One thing I do hate about this bike is, God almighty, we're still in sport mode. Jesus Christ, I can't talk in sport mode. My speed of talking increases with the mode we're in. And one of the things I don't like about this bike, and I am super against with a lot of motorcycles right now with these leader bikes, a lot of them they have this kind of like clutch assist when you're barely going. When you release the clutch, the bike kind of increases the revs to help you not stall the motorcycle. In a lower CC motorcycle where hypothetically the rider's going to have a little less experience, I love the idea of having that. But here on a motorcycle that is this road capable, it really lets me down to see that, because I'm like, it makes it harder for me as an experienced rider. I know how to feather my clutch. I know how to let the clutch out and give it throttle at the same time so it's a smooth ride. But when you introduce that weird stuff, you know, those weird electronics of like, oh, I'm going to increase the revs. It's like, well, I'm going to increase the revs. That's my job as the rider to do that. I can't stand that, because it adds a issue between me and how I want to ride. Now, if you really want to take that conversation to the next level, arguably, you know, if you're a really good rider and you know how to really modulate your throttle in a turn to maximize your traction and stuff, that same conversation could be had. For me at my level, the start assist, the clutching assist is annoying. I could see a super good rider being annoyed at traction control. I'm just not that rider. Here's the thing I like, guys. So you guys have seen how aggressive this bike can be, right? Well, now, put it in 4th gear, pretty high gear for the kind of riding I'm doing right now. 4th gear going 50, I don't have a twitchy throttle. I'm kind of just like slowly modulating it. I'm not getting thrown back at all. I have a comfortable motorcycle that I can just ride around. I will say, one of the main issues with this motorcycle as a just ride it around motorcycle is the heat, man. I was kind of getting into this earlier, guys, before we get on the highway, and then I, you know, just lost all of my mind after that. With the Panigale, man, here's one of the cool things. In neutral, I'm pretty sure this bike deactivates the rear cylinders or something. So you see this little box right here? That thing makes a lot of heat. When we're in neutral, that thing's not making a lot, or it's making a lot of heat, but it's not making as much heat. I want you guys to listen. When I click from neutral to first, the bike is going to sound different. That's the engine changing. Listen. You hear that? Hopefully you guys could hear that. We got a new helmet today, so I'm not sure what the audio sounds like, but take my word on it. When you're in neutral, it kind of like lowers the bike down. It deactivates some cylinders so that way it doesn't get as hot. So I appreciate Ducati doing something to make it less hot, but I mean, just so you guys know, Panigales are the motorcycle that I compare all other bikes to when we're talking about heat. If I'm on a bike and I'm saying it's hot, I'm saying my graph looks like, so from 0 to Panigale hot, how hot is the motorcycle? These are probably the hottest bikes I've ever ridden. And that is what it is. You know, you can't have a perfect bike. This bike is really damn good, but it is not perfect in the least bit. And guys, speaking of riding this bike, we're going to pull off here and take a look at this bike, because why the freak not? It's the Banana Panigale. Why would you not want to look at it? It is so eye-catching, so fancy, lightweight, maneuverable around parking lots, shockingly. All right, my friends, kickstand down, bike off. Oh, the Banana Panigale. There we are, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely love it. Oh, something the guys and I were noticing. So we got the yellow paint job, right? Look at here. I can't tell if that's clear or if that's a wrap, but they basically have this area wrapped so that when bugs come in and this thing gets tattered, you can unwrap it and put a new wrap on. I think that is ingenious, and I love the idea of that. My buddy John over at Infinite Wraps can probably do that for people if you're in the area, so shout out to John. Yeah, guys, I think it's super unique, this bike. I know a lot of people don't really like the silver, but I have to appreciate silver, 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 silver surfer. It's such a good looking bike, such a unique bike. This is one of those bikes that, like, when I came into the showroom, I'll show you guys a photo that I took. Came into the showroom, you guys know Ducatis, like everything's red. This thing stood out amongst all of those things, and I mean, it's a standout bike. You got little touches of carbon here and there. Such a cool bike. I love every bit of it. So this is what we were talking about, guys. The front blinkers, super low key. And then I'm pretty sure these guys make this fender eliminator kit. Yeah, it's still got this little, can you guys see this little fanning kind of material? Not material, but kind of pattern. Super cool looking. This is how a bike should look, personally. Fender eliminator, look at the tail. Man, Yamaha and Ducati, they know how to play the tail game. The tail on the R7 and the tail on that, Not to be Italian, but mwah. Yeah, that's phenomenal, guys. We got Brembo brakes. I've loved the brakes so far. It's been phenomenal. All right, guys, it's too freaking hot. I've got to get a photo taken of this thing. If you guys are on Instagram, we are at C2WPics. I would love for you guys to go check us out over there. We try to post a little behind-the-scenes photos. Look, look at that thing standing out. Oh, my goodness. Absolutely, I love it. And guys, we're actually Chaseontwowheels on TikTok too. We're trying to figure out TikTok. We don't really know what kind of content to put over there, so right now we're just kind of throwing up all kinds of stuff. So if you guys have recommendations, let an old man know. All right, guys, too hot. Let's go. Let's get this thing going. Since we don't have anybody behind us, I know we didn't really touch on the brakes, but the brakes feel strong and have a soft kind of roll on. And by soft roll on, I mean I feel like I can just like, nobody's behind me, right? Squeeze on these things, and they are hard, but they are smooth. And that's a super important thing to me. I want my brakes to be strong because I need to come to a stop, right? But I don't want them, I don't like those grabby brakes. You know, I like them just like a smooth roll on, but I like them strong. Love the brakes here on the Panigale. They're Brembos. We've got high expectations, right? So far, the seat is going to be on the harder side, guys. But for this kind of body position, for the type of riding you're going to be doing, I think the seat fits really well. You know, you're in that race position. You don't want a really soft seat. That's actually going to be uncomfortable for a long period of time. So having this slightly harder seat makes total sense on this bike. So we didn't talk much about the clutch because, I mean, let's be honest, you don't use it much, like I was saying. I will say the clutch has a pretty medium to heavy pull. And what that means is how easy or light the clutch is to pull all the way in. I guess if I was to say I prefer a clutch pull, it would be kind of medium to medium hard. That makes it suck for traffic, because when you're in traffic, you're going to have to pull your clutch in a lot and your hand will get tired. But I don't know. There's something about having a really light clutch feel that I really don't like that. I feel like I don't know, maybe it makes the bike feel cheap for me or something. I'm honestly not really sure. Final thing for us to touch on here, guys, price. This thing, I'm pretty sure used, is 26 grand. Ain't cheap. Panigales are not cheap, but if there's one thing I know, it's that they are an incredible ride. And Ducatis have never been cheap, but they used to be really expensive and hard to ride. And now they're really expensive, but they're easier to ride. And I feel like now, with the rideability of this motorcycle, I feel like I actually get more money out of it because I can make more use of this incredible engine that I've been given. So while the Ducati bikes have changed a decent amount, I don't know, it feels like a better deal now. It's like, yeah, it's expensive, but if I can ride the shit out of it and feel comfortable doing it, then I feel like I'm getting more out of my money, which, yeah, if you're spending 30 grand on a bike, you might not care about, like, getting your money's worth out of a motorcycle, but from my perspective, I very much feel like that. But guys, that's our ending spot. If you guys enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, and before we get out of here, I got to give a huge shout out to my guys over at Mountain Motorsports. You First Ride fans know if we didn't have Mountain, we would not be able to funnel out as many of these videos as we do. They allow us to ride all the motorcycles that we ride on First Ride, so huge shout out to them. There will be links in the description for Mountain Motorsports. If you're in the North Georgia area, guys, Mountain's got like 7 dealerships. So you can stop in at any of them. They have a massive inventory. Highly recommend you guys going in, sitting on some motorcycles, and you can get a First Ride discount by that link in the description. Just follow the link. It'll give you all the info you need on how to get a discount on your next bike at Mountain. Thank you Mountain, for letting us borrow all these motorcycles. And guys, that's it for me. You guys go out there and ride safe. Subscribe to Chase on Two Wheels if you are interested in motorcycles, because we make a lot of motorcycle content with our pretty little camera car. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Later. Oh, what? You're still watching the video? Guess what that means? You're in the outro crew. If you guys have ever looked through the comments and you see OC in the comments, those are people that are in the outro crew. Stands for outro crew. That means you got to the end of the video and I love you guys a little bit longer. Outro crew, let me know. Do you guys think it is sacrilege to make a Ducati yellow, or are you like me and you're like, hey man, that just makes that thing stand out even more? Let me know in the comments while I stop at this yellow light. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Later, guys.